Hello, everyone. Happy December 1st. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving with friends and family, loved ones, celebrating what everyone's thankful for, and kept safe on these Black Friday streets. But before I get into the video, just want to give people a heads up. I do have a video on, it's on YouTube as well, so it's short, and on Facebook Reels, but it's on TikTok, and it's doing some numbers. It's about 33,000. That's a lot for me, just starting out doing this. But I'll put the link in the bio because it's pretty controversial video. It seems there's a lot of comments, a lot of discussion. I'm on there commenting. They are, don't want to ruin the video, but they are, a lot of people are adding a certain person. Um, but it's pretty interesting. So check it out. Get involved if you want and tell me what you think. But let's get started. So I wanted to make this video because there seems to be a lot of race grifters coming out of the woodwork, pretty heavy, and going pretty strong after African Americans, in particular, MAGA American, MAGA African Americans, more so than usual. And there's some reasons, big reasons. Liberals are losing right now. They lost big in the election, obviously. They're not stopping anything from what the government is doing. They're not stopping the ICE crackdown, illegal immigrant crackdown, closing the borders, tariffs, everything. You name it, they're not able to stop it. So I feel like there's a lot of vitriol and rhetoric coming heavily against a lot of black people. Because too, black people aren't getting involved. They didn't get involved with um, the immigration crackdown. They tried to scare us and say, "Oh, you guys are next." And we're like, "No, that doesn't make any sense." They're American citizens. Oh, they're getting American citizens too. No, they're not. So they tried to do a lot of fear mongering to get us out there because the racist narrative doesn't fit unless we're involved. If we're not involved, if we're not out there protesting, we're not out there complaining, then the allegations don't stick. And in their desperation, liberals' desperation, you're going to find them having fake black accounts. You're going to have people who aren't African American, but, Somalians or Nigerians trying to speak up for African Americans without revealing that they're actually just, not just, but they're actually not foundational blacks or African Americans. They're, like I said, Nigerians. That's a whole different experience. But I'll save that for another time. I'm going to talk about the African American experience, okay? For some. All right, so let me walk you through this. Let's imagine that you're born and you live in a city, in an area, in a neighborhood where there's quite a few black people, but it's majority white. And you grow up in a time where there's a lot of patriotism, American I always mess this word up, American exceptionalism is taught, and America is praised, and you grow up in that. And while you're growing up in that, it's everywhere. It's in your schools. The school is teaching you about patriotism. You're doing the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. You're singing songs here and there like, "This is your land, this is my land." Some of you remember. You're singing songs like that. During Black History Month, every day you're learning about a great black American who may help make this country great, what it is, the contributions that they did, and then telling you that yes, you too can make similar contributions. And everyone from the teacher to the principal to your parents to your neighbors to your friends' parents, everybody is making sure that you understand that this country, United States, is yours. This is your land, that you can embrace the opportunities that are here because you're an American. They instill that in you. Like, just understand you are an American. Don't let anybody tell you different. So then you grow up, then you grow up, you're still, you can go high school, college. This whole time you're receiving the same education as the white kids. Then time goes on, you get older, nothing really happens too crazy, you know, racially wise, the world isn't perfect, but nothing to write home about. And it's not necessarily just, white people um, being racist towards you. I would hazard to guess that it's mostly other races that are being more racist because white people, there's a stigma. They're kind of taught from birth not to be racist, but everybody else, not so much. So they're not even in the top 10 as far as racial offenders. But again, it's still not enough to write home about. So you're living your life, you're embracing the opportunities that come with America, you're grateful for being born in America. Then one day, you're about 34 years old, 35. Somebody comes to you and says, hey, did you know that you're oppressed because you're black? You're a victim. And you're like, now, let's ask this question. Based off how I walked through everything, and somebody comes up to a 35-year-old and says that, what is their reaction? They're going to be confused, really don't know what you're talking about, because that they're painting, you did not experience that. You experienced that you're an American, that you're to make sure that you know that you're an American, and that you can achieve anything that you want. You worked on achieving these things, so you don't know what they're talking about. Now that's the setting. There's a reason why. That happened to me, by the way. That's my story. Just want to put that out there. Here's the reason why I didn't know what they were talking about. If you look at the teachings of, and this is the second part of the title, of in the speeches of Malcolm X and Farahkahn. I'm not Muslim or anything like that, but they spoke on black issues. So, growing up in a black family, you were told, hey, check out what these guys are saying, so you can actually navigate this world. And so, checked out what they were saying. Didn't agree with everything, of course, and they were kind of back and forth on some things. But one thing that they really stuck by, for the most part, was being against liberals and siding with conservatives. Here's why. Malcolm X and Louis Farrakhan understood that liberals want to tear down America. Period. And we see this now. If you put that in your head that liberals want to tear down America, it makes sense what they're doing. But if you don't have that, you're like, what's wrong? These people crazy. They are. But their motivation, I'm was an actor for many years, and we were taught what's someone's motivation, and that's their motivation, to tear down America. Now, some would just flat out say it like, yeah, we're here to tear the whole thing down. We're here to tear this whole system down. So it's no guesswork. They're telling you what they want to do. Now, see, here's the problem when it comes to African Americans, and strictly African Americans, not Nigerians, not, you know, uh, Ghanans, not anyone from an African country. This is not there. This is why we can't. There has to be kind of a separation. I'll make another video about that. Because Farahkahn, Malcolm X understood that America is the home of Black Americans. Africa is not our home. The United States of America is. So they understood that if liberals want to tear down America, that means you're tearing down Black people, home, their country. They understood that. We've been here. We've established ourselves here. We've helped build this country. That's why they're calling us what? Foundational Black Americans now, because that's the truth. This is our home. So whatever negative effects that liberals have on America, it's going to have a negative effect on Black America. Period. Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter. Oh, no. That's the bottom line. So now let's contrast that with conservatives. The reason why they back conservatives, because they knew that whatever benefits, because conservatives are going to always go with what's going to benefit America, what's going to benefit Americans, what's going to benefit me. And whether anyone likes it or not, it's going to automatically benefit African Americans, Black Americans. So, for example, if conservatives like, yo, we need to lower taxes, we need to put more money in our pocket, lower these taxes. Taxes get lowered for the conservative. Guess what? They get lowered for the African American. There's more money in his pocket as well. Hey, we need to have some incentives for businesses to come here. We need more jobs in this city, in this town. Have tax breaks. The jobs, the companies show up. Jobs are there. Conservatives get jobs. Guess who else get jobs? Black Americans. Conservatives demand vote for more safety in their streets, in their neighborhoods. Guess what? It's safe also now, safer for Black Americans. And we see that this election. We see that in this last election, right? Conservatives voted for safety. And guess what happened? Safety, National Guard, clean up these streets. And guess who benefited? Guess who was praising the president? Black Americans. Thank you for cleaning up D.C. Thank you for cleaning up Chicago. Chirac. A place called Chirac. That's crazy. So it's that's what happens. It's nothing too crazy. It's just logical. And this is why Malcolm X, Farrakhan shunned, despised the liberals and sided with conservatives, because they knew the conservatives were going to push things that benefit America, and it's going to automatically benefit Black Americans, because that's what we are. So let me try to bring this all home all together. Another reason why I'm going to make this video and why things started thinking in my head about certain things was somebody had said to me, hey, how do you feel that Nick Fuentes and these guys like that call Black Maga tokens? I'm here to say, based off what I just talked about, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People call us tokens, coons. That doesn't matter. You know why? Because we are voting and we are making our political decisions what benefits us and our families and our communities. High crime doesn't benefit us. It hurts us. We lose family members. We lose opportunities. So we're not going to vote against our interests. We're not going to back what's against our interests. So it doesn't matter what you call us, because we're not sitting here trying to be liked and popular by MAGA. Like, that's not our goals. Our goals isn't popularity. There's people There's Black Magas who, you know what they do? They go to work every day. They take care of their families. They might watch a little TV, but they have their goals, their hobbies, and they're voting based off their goals. They're voting off based off their life. Like, okay, I need to lower taxes so I can have more money to provide for my kids to send them to college. You know, buy their uniform, buy their football uniforms, put them through getting tutors, put them through football camp, baseball camp, basketball camp, making sure I'm healthy, my family's healthy. They're voting off that, not to be, oh, MAGA. I'm supposed to be very popular with MAGA. No. See, liberals think like that. Liberals are stuck in high school. So in their minds, they're thinking about popular. That's how they vote. They vote what was popular or what they think is popular. So they're projecting. They're thinking we're doing the same thing. So it doesn't matter. So all these coons and pelicans, it doesn't matter because we're going to reap the benefits of a strong America. That's all we care about. We have actual lives. That's what we're voting for our actual lives, not this pretend popularity contest that doesn't matter at the end of the day. So these people just gotta grow up. They gotta get with the program. They should have grew up a long time ago, but there's some arrested development there. That's why they, say the things that they do. That's why they communicate the way they communicate. And that's what they result to these insults because they haven't grown up. They don't have a life. So yeah, just want to put that out there. Um, and there's a couple more video ideas. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.